What is going on, you guys? My name is Takeshi Tora. This is my first Dragon Ball Z video that I will be making. And before I actually get to the content that I will be addressing, I wanted to just give you guys a little bit of, who I am and what my channel is going to be about. So, yeah, I decided to make this channel because, I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan. I've been watching Dragon Ball since I was like 6 years of age. And I just want to make awesome content for, the Dragon Ball Z community out there. Basically, my content will be about Dragon Ball rumors that are going on, theories, what ifs, manga reviews, Dragon Ball video gameplay, and debate talk. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing on my channel. And if you're down with that, I would highly encourage you guys to subscribe and share with others that are also Dragon Ball fans. And I also have an Instagram page. You can go to my channel, and there's a link to my Instagram page that you can see recent content I will be uploading, or just any updates I have, of days that I don't upload, or I have something new coming up, or just any news that pops up. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And I'm gonna go ahead and talk about what my first video is gonna be about. So I've been watching Dragon Ball for about 12 years now, and there just seems to be the debate, and this is just, it's not in Dragon Ball, it's in other animes, but it's really in Dragon Ball, like it just happens to be like Dragon Ball a lot. The main debate is just a matter of the dub versus the sub. Now, it really comes down to which one you prefer, because you hear a lot of people say, well, which one's, better, and, one side believes one side is, wrong from thinking that the dub version is better or the sub version is worse, or, vice versa. And I think that as far as the Dragon Ball Z community goes, I think a lot of people just need to stop attacking other people, and just, everyone has their own opinion, and I'm just gonna address that. So I'm gonna go back to the very beginning of where the origins and the history of where the English dub originally started. So basically, the English dub was actually, this is actually even before the Funimation dub, which is the dub that is, common today. I had to go back and do some research on this. So basically, the English dub really started, coming to light when, back, because this has been happening, like just like the whole debate in general of where it started, because this debate, I would say, started back like in the mid 90s when Dragon Ball was really starting to become popular and really big. So Dragon Ball was released around 1986 in Japan, and Dragon Ball Z was later created in Japan on April 26, 1989, and Dragon Ball didn't even hit the U.S. market until like 1995. Now keep in mind that this is before Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network were even interested in even bringing Dragon Ball Z content to the United States, or just the market in general, because at the time they were testing to see if other animes were working, and to see if children were attracted to that. So they brought in Pokemon, Sailor Moon, sort of like cartoon animes like that, and they wanted to see well, let's see, if kids like this. And sure enough, Funimation and PLT Productions basically started to bring in animes, and they brought in the Ocean dub, and where it was all Americanized, certain descriptions were different, and everything was just completely different from what you heard in the sub version. And during that time, it was a huge success, and they were like, well, since Dragon Ball is so big in Japan, they thought, hey, if Pokemon Sailor Moon worked, why can't Dragon Ball Z? And so they asked, obviously, if they could have the rights to it. And obviously they said, I guess they said yes, because obviously it happened. And basically, Dragon Ball Z was finally released in 1995. It hit the U.S. markets. And once it got to the United States, Funimation and BOT Productions created the dub, which is also known as the Ocean dub. Now, the Ocean dub is the true first Americanized dub that was released in the United States, and they just, everything about the Ocean dub was just so Americanized and just completely different. I mean, certain lines were different. there wasn't any blood. There were certain, if there were scenes, if there was music, they would change that, or if there was lines where you would talk, they would replace it with music. They just completely changed what the subversion was and just completely Americanized it to where, if they did that, they would get a huge, bargain out of it, and, kids would enjoy it. And a lot of kids did enjoy it. Now, unfortunately, Dragon Ball Z, when it was first released in the United States, only lasted just to episode 57, around 58. It ended right at the start of the Ginyu Force saga. And the last episode that was released in the United States for the Ocean dub version was when Goku just arrived on planet Namek and actually killed Raccoon in one hit. And, obviously we all remember when Vegeta was asking himself, hey, is, Goku a Super Saiyan? Does he have the power to become a Super Saiyan? And all that. And pretty much that's where it ended, and Dragon Ball was not really even seen after that. Like, it was pretty much gone. Like, it was like there, and that was it. And Dragon Ball Z didn't even come back to, American televisions for like another 2 years. So, yeah, I mean, they just stopped after that, and for the last 2 years, there wasn't any Dragon Ball Z. Now, this is where, 2 years later on down the road, Funimation, decided, like, hey, since Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network, especially Nickelodeon, was like, hey, Sailor Moon's doing good, Pokemon is doing good in dub, we want Dragon Ball Z back. So Funimation said, okay, guess what? We're going to do that, but we're going to bring a whole new group of voice actors. We're not going to bring back the original Ocean dub actors. We're going to have everyone new. So they brought in the new voice actors, which is the voice actors you heard today actually. Characters like, Vegeta, they had Chris Sabbath, and they had Goku, which is Sean Schemmel. So those are the voice actors that you hear today, and they've been doing the English dub for the last 20 years. So that was it, and basically it just set off from there, and yeah, that's what you hear today, and it's been going on for the past 20 years, and Dragon Ball Z has been a huge success, not just in the United States, but really across the world, because not only was the English dub released, there was all kinds of other dubs that countries are starting to get. You have the Italian dub, you have the French dub, Portuguese, Spanish. All these dubs were starting to be created in these other countries where they wanted Dragon Ball because it was such a high demand. But that's where it came from, and that's where the original dub started, and that's in the Funimation dub, which is what we hear today, originally started from. Now, to the whole debate, there's this notion that a lot of people think that if you just listen to all anime in dub, you're not a true anime fan because you don't listen to it in sub. Well, that's actually not true, because to me, it's not a matter of which one's better, it's about preference. Because a lot of people make it seem like one version's better and the other version's it just sucks. You don't want to watch it, it doesn't count. But this has been going on for many, many years, I would say, over the past 25 years. And I just think that the Dragon Ball Z community just needs to stop arguing this. And me making this video, it's really not going to make a difference, but I'm just here to address it, and, hopefully whoever's, watching it, regardless, people want to share this video or whatever, I just hope that I can change perspectives of people's minds about dub versus sub, and maybe, who knows, maybe some people can actually realize where I'm coming from. And I just think this whole notion about which one's better and, criticizing fans for what they prefer is utterly ridiculous, and I just think that people should respect both versions. So I'm going to really, go deep into the tissue here about, the comparisons between both. So I just think that the whole notion of the dub version and sub version is really depending on which one you like more. So because there's a lot of people that think, because I'm going to dive into both sides. I'm going to dive into the dub fans and the sub fans. Now, there are some people out there, like myself and other Dragon Ball Z fans out there, who have watched the series both in dub and sub, and respect and love both of them, because in my opinion, I love the dub and sub. I respect both of them. I respect both actors, and I just think that they're good at what they do and because of that, and with the hard work they put into, we're able to become the fans that we are, that we watch Dragon Ball today. So as far as I'm concerned, I just think that the whole debate between dub and sub just really needs to end. So as far as the dub version goes, there's a lot of people that have watched the dub version, and they've never even seen the sub version. And I just think for the dub fans out there who just completely judge the sub version without even watching it first, or having, or, and I'm not talking about just seeing like 2 episodes or just like a few of them. I'm talking about the entire series, front to back, episode 1 to 299. I think only then you can truly judge both sides and say, hey, I like both, but I prefer, whatever side. Or you can like both. There's nothing wrong with liking both. It's just a matter of, which one you prefer. Same thing with sub fans. There's some sub fans out there who just think that you can only watch anime in sub. That's it. Period of end of story. You can't watch anything in dub, which is not true at all, because for the sub fans out there who just watched it in sub and they've never even seen English dub, they don't even give it a chance. They just completely judge it off the back. I just think that's completely, wrong. And I encourage the sub fans out there, who've never even seen the English dub. It doesn't even have to be Dragon Ball Z. It can be One Punch Man. It can be Naruto, One Piece, Attack on Titan, whatever anime you watch. I think if you watch it all in sub and you just judge the dub version without even giving it a chance, I think you're completely invalid. And I encourage you to actually watch it and see it for yourself. Now, if you don't like it, then that's fine. But just don't judge other people just because they like the dub version a little bit more. So I just think that, going this back and forth nonsense just really needs to stop. But at the end of the day, it's not going to change, because people are going to have their own opinions about, what they like and, whatever they want to do. But I just encourage the dub fans out there, dub fans, if you've never seen the sub version, go check it out. I would encourage you, actually, to be honest with you, to watch it in Dragon Ball first, then work your way up to Z, Kai, GT, even though GT is not technically canon, but you can still watch it because it's still fun, including the movies too, and, Super. I would watch it, front to back in sub, and same thing goes for sub fans. Sub fans out there, watch it in dub, front to back, and go from there. And once you do that, you're able to understand both sides of it. And it's just really sad, because there's a lot of fans out there, and on both sides too, but especially the dub fans, who just totally disrespect the Japanese voice actors. And I just think that's just totally disrespectful, because you've never even seen it before, you don't know what it's like, and you don't realize the hard work that these actors have to put into to actually give us good content. And for me, and here's another thing, if you disrespect the sub version and those voice actors, do you realize that Chris Sabat and Sean Schemmel respect those voice actors too? And I just think that's just totally disrespectful. Like, you don't think that the Japanese voice actors don't respect the English voice actors? I just don't understand that. I mean, at all. You don't think Mosaka Nozora, for the Japanese voice actor for Goku, doesn't respect Sean Schemmel? Of course she does. She respects the heck out of him. And same thing goes with Sean. He respects the heck out of Mosaka too. So I just think that this debate needs to stop. It won't stop, I know that, but I just want to make it, a clear point as to say, hey, enough with the debate. Let's give each side their own opinion and just go from there. And honestly, instead of ripping other fans apart, why not actually come together and make the community stronger? Because there's been a lot of great Dragon Ball Z content creators on YouTube that have made an impact and have made Dragon Ball just something way more than it's supposed to be, and just make it so much better for everyone else. And I just think that this whole debate just really, really needs to stop. But as far as I'm concerned, I love both versions, and I can judge both versions because I've seen it. I've seen the sub version. I've seen the dub version. And I also want to make this point here, clear too, guys. For the sub fans out there, I'm just going to talk about sub fans. If you judge, like, let's say, like, there's, like, just because I know there's sub fans out there who are watching this video, more than 90% of you guys, and I'm not sure, unless you live in Japan, I don't know, but if you're a sub fan and you judge the dub version, even though you've seen the dub version, you just like totally disrespect it. What? Just remember something. You wouldn't be a sub fan if it wasn't for the English dub. Because let's all be honest, more than everyone that's watching this video, for the majority of everyone watching this video, was a dub fan before the sub version. Because usually what happens is that usually people who start watching Dragon Ball, usually most of the time, watch it in the Funimation dub, and usually most of the time, years later, watch the sub and either like it more or like both. Because that happened to me. I actually experienced this personally. 2 years ago, I actually just started watching it in sub, and I said to myself, it is so different. Like, guys, if you're a dub fan out there, or even a sub fan, if you never even watched it, like in the sub or dub, it is so different. Like certain lines are different, or like descriptions or translations. Some scenes there's music, and some scenes there's like actually dialogue, and it's just so different, and the translation is so different from like the dub versus the sub. Like the sub version can say something completely different, but the dub version wouldn't even say. And sometimes the sub version translation is actually a lot more precise and accurate than the dub version, because a lot of times when you get dub versions, they try to recreate something that's actually not supposed to be, and it just confuses a lot of people. So those are the issues between the two versions. But for the majority of the sub fans out there, you better think the dub version, because you wouldn't be a sub fan without watching the dub. So that's a big thing a lot of sub fans will not admit, and they're not going to say, because they don't want to admit that they're actually wrong. But the truth of the matter is that that's mostly the truth when it comes to a lot of sub fans out there. And to point this out too, for dub fans as well, just watch the sub version. I really encourage you guys to watch it. And I just think that the disrespect on both sides needs to stop. And honestly, I hope one day that can stop. And I believe it actually will stop at some point. If both sides can get to, acquaintance here and actually agree on, even, and not every side is going to agree. You're going to have your disagreements. But just the fact that, hey, you may like the dub version more. Hey, you may like the sub version more, but I respect your reason why you like it more. And I'm actually going to point out too, also for the dub version, why the Funimation dub, not the Ocean dub, the Funimation dub has its issues too, is because, let's say, like, if you see, because I'm pretty sure there's been people out there watching this video have seen Dragon Ball Z and Z Kai. My biggest issue with the Funimation dub, and this is just my opinion, the biggest thing with it is that a lot of the times, if you watch Z Kai and you watch Z, there's differences. The music is different. The voice actors are different. Like, I'll give you guys an example. I'm trying to think of his name. I just had it on top of my head. Okay, yeah. Gohan's voice actor in the Funimation dub is different than Gohan's voice in Dragon Ball Z is different than Kai. Same thing goes with who do you call it? I can't think of his name right now. Oh man. It'll come back to me. I know it's gonna come back to me. Yeah. So Gohan's voice is different, and I just don't really like that. Oh, I remember. Frieza's voice is so much different in Z Kai. Like, there's like a big difference. Like, you just like see it. Like, Jace is different and Berto's different. Like, those 4 characters I just named just now, your voice actors are different in Kai, and they're different in Z. And I just think that confuses a lot of people, especially if you're new to Dragon Ball and you don't really know, and about the series and the timeline and the origin and the history of it. And when you first start watching it and you see the C Kai version, it's like, well, why is these voice actors different? And just in my personal opinion, I actually think Frieza's voice actor for Dragon Ball Z Kai is actually better than Z. That's just my opinion, because Frieza's voice actor for Z Kai is also the same one for Super and Dragon Ball Super Broly. Just to point that out there, I actually like his a lot more, and I respect the heck out of him too. But yeah, so that's my biggest concerns with the Funimation dub. But I still love the Funimation dub. I love it a lot. it goes back to, the actual true, like, English dub, and it's not, like, totally Americanized, where it's not even an anime, it's like a, it's just, like, it's just basically a cartoon. The Funimation dub feels like it's, like, a true, actual, like, dub, but it's decent. It's not good, but it's not bad, but it's pretty decent, and it's really good, and for any person who watches it brand new, should watch it. But anyway, the sub version, has its problems, too, for, the majority of the time. Sometimes translations are different versus the English dub. The English dub has a lot more translation issues, especially considering the fact that it's a lot, Funimation dub took it, Americanized it, and just makes things a little bit more difficult, to understand. But for the most part, the translation for the sub version is a lot better. Now, I'm just gonna say a couple more things before I actually, end the video here, because I know a lot of people are gonna be asking me, like, oh, which version do you like more, or do you like both? I'm just gonna say this: I love the dub and sub. I respect both of them. I love them. But if I had to choose one, I would choose the sub version, and I'm gonna give you 4 reasons why I like the sub. The number 1 reason is, to be honest with you guys, if I'm watching something and I want to watch it in its original language. So if I'm watching something, it's originally in Japanese, Portuguese, Italian, Spanish, whatever it is, I want to watch it in its original language of subtitles. So that's my other reasons, because since Dragon Ball is originally Japanese, I want to watch it in its foreign language. So that's just how I look at it. My second reason is because the translation is better. I just think it's a lot better. It's a lot more easy to understand versus the dub version. The dub version, the translation isn't on key as much. So that's another big reason why. The third reason why I think I prefer the sub version a little bit more is just because of the fact I just think the voice acting matches the characters a little bit better than the dub version does. Not saying, I'm not disrespecting Chris Sabat or Sean Shenmue. I'm not disrespecting them. I just think that the voice actors for the sub version just match just a little bit better. But I still love the English dub, voice actors, and and I still love Masako Zona. I think I pronounced that right. I know somebody's gonna make fun of me in the comment section, but I'm still learning a little bit. All right, I gotta get some time in, but yeah, I respect her a lot too. So that's my third reason. I think my final reason is I just prefer just a little bit more. I mean, I really do. The biggest reason is because of the music. I love the original Japanese, auto music. I'm not saying the TV broadcast or the Bruce Filler music is bad for the dub, but I just love the original Japanese music for Dragon Ball Z. So those are my 4 reasons why, if I had to choose, I would prefer sub, but I still love both versions no matter what, and respect each side. But just want to address this is my first video, so it's not going to be perfect, but it's not going to be terrible or great. I just wanted to come on here, make some good content, and I will be making a video, or my second video, pretty soon. I'm not sure when it's gonna be, but it should be coming on my channel in the next couple of weeks. So I really hope you guys like this video, and if you are new, go ahead, please subscribe, hit the like button, share with anyone who wants to be a Dragon Ball Z fan, or just wants to know more about Dragon Ball. Share this video with them and tell them, be like, hey, go look up, Takeshi Tora, and he'll give you some good content. With that being said, I like you guys. Hope you guys do good. My name is Takeshi Tora, and I'll see you guys later.